Today we are making foil packet desserts. I am so excited about this video because I don't know about you, but I have such a sweet tooth. If you are new to my channel, my name is Amanda, and on this channel we have tons of camping food ideas, camping tips, hiking stuff. So if you're into that, definitely hit that subscribe button for more videos. But today is all about the dessert. I have tons of ingredients here and I'm gonna make 3 different foil packet desserts that are gonna be great for your upcoming camping trip this summer. Now, there's a lot of reasons I love foil packets. 1, they're just so easy. 2, they're delicious and really hard to mess up. And 3, they don't really use a lot of gear. So if you're newer to camping, this is such a great meal because you don't need to go out and buy a ton of gear and tools and supplies to get this going. You're gonna need some metal tongs. These are great for moving the foil packets around when they're on the fire. And then we build these foil packets in parchment paper and wrap them in heavy duty aluminum foil. And then I just also have some heat resistant gloves here just to protect my hands and my arms as I'm working around the fire. But really that's kind of it at the core. It's very simple. So we're gonna get going assembling these different foil packet desserts, get the fire going, and start cooking. So today I have 3 different foil packet desserts. The first one is going to be an apple crisp foil packet. Next we have classic Campfire banana boats. And then third is a summer berry pound cake foil packet. I will show you exactly how to make all of these meals, but don't worry about writing anything down. Check the description box below and you'll find printable recipes for everything that I'm gonna show you today. First, we're gonna make the foil packet apple crisp. So I have a couple Granny Smith apples here. This is just pretty good basic apple for apple crisp. And then cinnamon, brown sugar, and a little bit of lemon juice is gonna go on the apples. And then for the crumble topping, I've made this mix at home. Again, that just saves you so many steps at camp because you don't have to bring a ton of ingredients. I've mixed oats in here and flour and cinnamon. Gonna add butter to this, and that's gonna be my crumble topping. So really easy, and we're gonna get this going. Now, when you're cutting these apples, just keep in mind that the smaller you cut them, of course, the faster they're going to cook. So I do like to cut them pretty small. You know, then I'm not cooking this foil packet for hours with big chunks of apples. You also could kind of do a mix of smaller pieces and then some bigger pieces that are gonna have a little bit more of a bite to them in there. My crumble mix is in here. The last thing I need to do is just add butter. And so I have cut my butter into little cubes, and I don't want to create some more cleaning for myself than I need to. So I'm just going to put the butter right in this bag and then use my hands to kind of mash, like you basically just pinch the butter into the crumble. You're going to get your hand a little bit messy, but at least you don't have to get this messy in a bowl and then clean the bowl as well. So you're just gonna pinch the butter, and you wanna work fairly quickly here because you don't want your hand to melt the butter. You just want it to be soft enough to squish in here. I have the crumble ready to go, the apples chopped, so now we're gonna assemble. So I like to set all my foil and my parchment paper, get that all stacked up. So on the very outer layer, we're gonna do heavy duty aluminum foil. And then I'm gonna do at least 2 layers of aluminum foil. I typically do 3. So that's 2 and 3. And the reason I do more than 1 is because as you're moving things around and putting this on the fire, you don't want your tongs or the fire to pierce through this aluminum foil and then all your food comes out. So I like to do multiple layers. And then I'm gonna put my food on the parchment paper. And now I'm gonna put my apples. No. On the apples, I'm gonna do a little bit of lemon juice. Without the seeds, ideally. Lost a seed in there. A little lemon juice drizzle. And then some brown sugar. And of course, cinnamon. I'm just using my hands today. Get all this mixed up. Now I'm gonna put the crumble topping right on there. I want to make sure that the parchment paper is completely tucked in. I'm just going to kind of fold that up and then bring the longest edges of the foil up, roll that in. Make sure my parchment paper is tucked in there, and then fold that up. Then I'm gonna take this seam, flip it upside down, and do the same thing. So the long edges come in, roll that down. And then fold in the sides. Okay, that one is ready to go. Next up, we're gonna make Campfire banana boats. I think next to s'mores, these are probably one of the most classic camping desserts. You're gonna need banana. You want one that's somewhat ripe, but not overly ripe, because if it's really ripe, then you cook it and it's just gonna be super mushy. So kind of something right in the middle. And then for the simplest version, chocolate chips and some marshmallows. On the blog post that I wrote for this, I have over 15 different flavor combinations and ways that you can really change up and get creative with this camping dessert. So make sure to check that out if you want some inspiration, but we're gonna keep it really simple today. You're gonna keep the banana peel on for this, and take your knife and you're gonna just cut through here, but not all the way through. So you wanna leave the other edge intact. This is kind of dangerous. Just cut almost through to the bottom, but not all the way through, if that makes sense. So you should be able then to really open this up, and then we can put all of our stuffing inside. We're gonna put the chocolate chips in first. Again, you could drizzle some peanut butter in here. You can use Nutella. You can use fresh berries, coconut, nuts. I mean, the combos are really endless. Chocolate. Press those in there. Can you see that? And then I have some little mini marshmallows. Cram those in there. Coming over here. Now for this one, I want to try to keep it upright and keep track of what is upright, because if we start flipping this, then all of our insides are going to kind of ooze out. Get this. Like that. Same folding. Bring the top edges in. Roll that down. Now, unlike the apple crisp one, I'm just going to leave it upright like this and do that again. 2 pieces of foil is probably fine here, but just to be safe. All right, we got a banana. This one is ready to go. Next, we have the summer berry pound cake, and I have a little bit of homemade pound cake. You can do store-bought, but I really like to make my own pound cake, and then I'm just gonna slice this up and put it in here. I have some butter, brown sugar, and then some fresh berries. You can do any combo, but I really like strawberries, and then I just cut those up into little pieces, raspberries and blueberries, or a combo of those. So I'm gonna slice up my pound cake into cubes, and then we'll put that over here. Brown sugar, about a tablespoon of that on here. Sprinkle that over the pound cake. Oh yeah. My butter, and I've just cut that into little cubes. Put that on top. Lastly, top with the berries. Blueberries are rolling away. Boop, boop. Now we cook. So we've had a nice fire going, and at this point I'm going to let it die down, because for cooking these foil packet desserts, I want to cook them on a hot bed of coals, not on some big raging flame. So I'm going to let this die down, and then we're going to put them on there. When it comes to timing on these desserts, low and slow is the general rule of thumb when it comes to foil packet meals. The banana is gonna take 10-15 minutes depending on how hot your coals are. If you overcook the banana, it's just gonna become really mushy. So err on the side of less time for the banana. And also with the pound cake one, you really are just heating it, melting that butter, melting that sugar. So it doesn't need super high heat for a really long time. Again, probably anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes. The apple crisp one is the one that is gonna probably take a little bit longer just because you are cooking those apples. Depending on how big you cut the apples, it's gonna take more or less time. This is not an exact science. There's not a cut and dry time because your coals are gonna be running maybe a little bit hotter than my coals are running today. So just keep an eye on it, keep flipping it pretty frequently to keep the even heat, and you'll be just fine. So when you're opening these, obviously just be careful because they're really hot and there's a lot of steam trapped in there. Ooh, that one looks good. Our summer berry pound cake smells so good. For this one, I like to top it with a little bit of slivered almonds just to give it a bit of a crunch. So I'm gonna do that. You can even put chocolate chips in here. A lot of these are just so customizable. We're gonna do the apple crisp next. Ooh, that smells so good. On a cold fall evening camping, apple crisp. This just has all the fall vibes right here. It's so, I don't know, comfort food. You can even bring some whipped cream in the cooler and put some whipped cream on here. Ice cream would be amazing, but that's really not practical when you're camping. But whipped cream certainly is, so. Now we have the Campfire banana boat. All right. For the banana boat one, you can top it with all sorts of things. I really like to top it with some sort of crunchy element. So I have graham crackers here, and you can just do graham cracker crumbs, or you can use a graham cracker to kind of dip into the banana boat. So good. You wouldn't think a hot banana would be that good, but with a little graham cracker for crunch. Graham cracker, scoop of banana marshmallow, top. So that is gonna be it for these foil packet desserts. I was gonna have them all laid out for you here, but we already literally ate the other two. So if you want the recipes for these, make sure to check the description below. I will have links there. They're free printable recipes for you to take on your camping trips. And if you want some really delicious foil packet dinner ideas, check out this video here. It goes in detail of 3 foil packet dinners and some additional tips and tricks when it comes to cooking foil packet meals. So I will see you in the next one.